问题实际上是来自我们社交网站的网友所提出来的。我的第一个问题是，在台伊斯中艾德奈 ella 这个角色，你觉得她的哪一部分最难以演绎？第二个问题就是，您会剃胡子吗
？I shave my beard very, very rarely. Actually, before the holidays, I shave it, in order because I always am with beard. So I said I'm going to relax some days. But since then, I was growing it back for Nathanael because I guess in those days, sorry, in the desert, it was very difficult to shave, So yes, I really like the roles with beard. And of course, the part of Nathanael is very challenging. It's very long, as I said before.
首先回应了一下这个胡子的问题，我确实很少会剃胡子，但是我在有节假日的时候可能会处理一下我的胡子。然后这一次演绎台伊斯的这个角色，因为我想到他在沙漠中应该很难会能够及时清理自己的胡茬，所以我决定要把胡子留起来。
There is a tour de force for both, for Thais and for Nathanael, and it is once they meet, it's kind of a continuous duet in a way, So it's a great, for what I thought.
那对于艾德奈 ella 这个演唱来说，我觉得它很难的地方是在于，第一个，这个唱段非常的长，然后另外一点就是它的二重唱的部分是一个延续性的，始终是一个二重唱的一个这个演绎，所以我觉得这也是一个挑战的部分。
I think that we have to go because we are rehearsing. I thank you very, very much. But before I go, I was talking to you about the two magnificent, wonderful sopranos that we have, and I think I saw coming Davinia Rodriguez. I saw her coming here. Davinia, okay, so that they meet you.
由于时间关系，我们待会儿要去进行彩排了，所以没有时间回答更多的问题。但是我看到人群中有我们的女主角泰伊斯的演唱者之一 Davinia Rodriguez 女士，现在我邀请她上台。
Buen día. They will tell you that I was talking very much about you. Very, very, very bad.
Oh, thank you.
You will see. And so perhaps I have to go. Maybe you want to ask a question to Davinia, okay?
好。
现在有没有人想问 Davinia 女士一个问题？有吗？
好，有没有需要和我们这位女高音有一些交流？
好，问一下他过去有没有跟德米格大师合作过？然后这一次合作的感受是什么样的？
Okay, his question is it the first time that you collaborated with Maestro Domingo, and how do you view about this collaboration?
So that was the press briefing by Placido Domingo, and where he talked about the upcoming opera Thais, and give a very emotional introduction about that opera. And we also asked him 2 questions during this press conference. He especially talked about when he will shave his beard, especially on holidays, but before the upcoming Thais, because there are scenes in the desert where he doesn't think it's okay to shave the beard. That was his question. And of course, for his part, I think this role is relatively challenging. It's very long, and it involves a lot of emotion, and especially when he has to collaborate with some other sopranos on stage. So again, thank you so much for watching. That was China Xinhua Live on Facebook, Twitter, and New China TV on YouTube. That was from Placido Domingo and the upcoming opera Thais, which will be presented here at the National Center for Performing Arts in Beijing. We'll see you soon. Bye. Hi, you're watching China Xinhua News Live on Facebook and Twitter, and also New China TV on YouTube. My name is Zheng with Xinhua News Agency, and here we are, and it's actually our first time going live inside the National Center for Performing Arts, which is located in Beijing. It's one of the world's largest performing arts centers. And today there is also something special I want to tell you guys. Besides taking a tour about the National Center of Performing Arts, we're also going to have a look into the press briefing, which is attended by the one and only opera sensation Placido Domingo. He will be here talking about his upcoming opera called Thais that will be presented in early February here in the National Center, which will be included into the National Center's repertoire and prelude the 2018 performance season. Well, this area is called the exhibition area here. Again, this is the National Center for Performing Arts located in Beijing. This center opened its doors in 2007. For the past decade, it has put on numerous performances of top quality and has been a significant part of the cultural life here in Beijing. Well, passing this exhibition area, to my right hand here, if you look up a little bit, that's the concert hall, which has, Asia's largest pipe organ, a great design. And going this way, we're going upstairs as we're heading to the press briefing room, because today, something important that we want to introduce to you about an upcoming opera called Thais, and starring Placido Domingo, who will be here at the press briefing and talking about this opera, which is the debut of the Chinese production. So covering over 21,000 square meters is actually one of the world's largest performing arts centers. And it opened doors to the public in 2007. And for the past years, it has played a significant role in the cultural life of Beijing. And each year, it hosts nearly about 1,000 performances to audiences and for them to enjoy. Entering at this floor, and this is the theater. It has 4 auditoriums here at the National Center for Performing Arts. The theater, and it has also a magnificent design. Again, this is also the opera house where the opera Thais will be presented, starring Placido Domingo. Again, this is China Xinhua News Live on Facebook and Twitter, and also New China TV on YouTube. My name is Zheng with Xinhua News Agency. We're heading towards the press briefing room where Placido Domingo, the one and only opera sensation, the press is calling him the King of Opera. He will be here talking about this new collaboration between him and the National Center for Performing Arts of China, located in Beijing. This opera is called Thais, a very famous opera adapted from French novel here. And it will be presented in early February. And it's actually the 4th collaboration between Domingo and the National Center for Performing Arts. So before this press briefing, and we have already posted some questions to our fans online, and we want to know what are your questions that you want to ask when Domingo is here in the National Center. And later on at the press conference, we will ask the questions for you. So this is the exquisite National Center for Performing Arts located in Beijing, China's capital city, not very far from the Tiananmen Square. It's actually to the west of the Tiananmen Square here. And now this is the press room. And in a few minutes, there will be a press briefing about the opera Thais starring Placido Domingo. And that's Thais, that's the show. That's the name of the opera here. And the one and only sensation. So it's actually our first time and present Placido Domingo work on our live video. So we're gonna enter this press briefing room because in a few minutes he will be here and answering questions from media. So you're watching China Xinhua News Live on Facebook and Twitter and New China TV on YouTube. This is the press room here at the National Center for Performing Arts. We are waiting for Placido Domingo, who will be here in any minute talking about his upcoming opera Thais that will be presented in early February in the National Center. This is the debut of the Chinese production of Thais, which is adapted from a very famous French novel, and it's famous around the world. And this is actually the fourth collaboration between Placido Domingo and the National Center for Performing Arts in Beijing. He will be here in any minute and meeting the media outlets and talk about this opera called Thais. Domingo is 77 years old, and he has played in almost 140 plays. And this is the fourth collaboration between him and the National Center for Performing Arts. And this time is the opera Thais, and he will be playing the main role in that opera. And so later on, he will talk about this, and we're gonna ask him some questions. He will be here in any minute. This is in the National Center for Performing Arts in Beijing. We're at the press room waiting for Placido Domingo. His upcoming opera Thais will be presented here in the National Center. He will be here in any minute. Looks like it will be on the stage in any minute. So You're watching China Xinhua News Live on Facebook, Twitter, and New China TV on YouTube. We are here today for Placido Domingo at the National Center for Performing Arts in Beijing. His upcoming opera Thais will be presented in the National Center in early February from the 2nd to the 6th. And this opera will also be included in the repertoire of the National Center and prelude the 2018 performance season. Domingo is 77 years old this year, and he has played in almost 140 plays. And the press is calling him the king of opera, and is one of the best tenors in the world. And this is the 4th collaboration between him and the National Center for Performing Arts of China. He is here, Placido Domingo.
尊敬的多明戈大师，还有我们各位的媒体朋友们，大家中午好！欢迎大家来参加多明戈大师的媒体见面会。这周呢，多明戈大师就要在大剧院的舞台上带来他第4个角色